Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your host, Honey Jai. My co-host,
Nicola here.
my other. You can introduce yourselves. Hi, how are you? Let's introduce ourselves, please. I don't want to go through the introductions.
Kawana is here.
Hello.
Hey, Kawana.
Hey.
Fancy Red is here.
Hey, Francie.
Hey.
Miss Chrissy.
Hey, Chrissy. How are you?
Herman.
Hello, Herman. Thank you for joining us. Our topic today, it was actually going to be geared toward women, but then we were thinking about it. You know, men, they do it too. But the topic is when you want more than what you're giving or you're providing. So prior to us linking up, I was talking to Kawana and we was all talking about how somebody always wants something that they can't provide. You want a man with 6 figures, but you got 4. You want a man with a Benz, but you got a 1996 Lexus. Then just because it's a Lexus doesn't mean that you're meeting his Benz. And so today's topic is basically for those of us who want more than what we can provide. And I'm hoping that when we get done, you'll think about yourself a little bit more and understanding that if you can't provide what you're asking for, then you probably shouldn't ask for it. Because nowadays it's an equally yoked, and we cannot be equally yoked. If you're driving a 1996 and I'm driving a 2017, unless you done refurbished it, rebuilt it, and now it's like got the extra kits and all that, and now your car is probably worth the same amount that you're asking the significant other or whomever you're dating to have. So with that being said, I'm gonna start with one because I know she's in and out. So I'm gonna start with her. Hey, Kawana girl.
Hey, y'all. That was so funny. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. I just don't like when women, and no, I don't date women. When women require for men to be, it's okay to want your partner to be successful and have more and require more. It's okay to have standards. It's not okay for him to say for you to say we can't get married unless he buys me a 2-carat ring. Can you buy yourself a 2-carat ring?
Right.
And I want this illustrious wedding. I want this $40,000-$50,000 wedding. Ma'am, you don't even have $40,000-$50,000 worth of life insurance.
Right.
Okay.
But you want this $40,000-$50,000 wedding.
Right.
We all have dreams of one day Prince Charming gonna come and we Cinderella, but it's okay for you to want him to have more. It shouldn't be a requirement.
Right. Unless you're doing it together. Unless you're doing it together.
Unless you're doing it together.
Right.
Not even that. It's okay to date down.
Yeah.
It is.
It's okay for you to be the breadwinner and him not to be.
That's true.
It's okay. It's not okay for you to say, I don't want to date him no more because he don't make what I make. So now it just shows that you in it for the wrong reason.
Right. I'm gonna say it was funny because I was at the nail shop. And, you know, sometimes people's conversations a little bit louder than it should be.
Right.
And I know the woman made a comment and she was like, I'm up here getting my own nails done and my own toes done. So with that, I mean, I don't even need him to even, and it right there was like, oh yeah, that's my topic. Why? Because weren't you getting that done before he came? Because if you weren't, then that means he upgraded you. That means
I have a problem with that, number one, because as a woman, those are your nails and your toes. That's part of your hygiene standards. Why wouldn't you be paying for that? Why would you want him to pay for that?
Yeah, you do your own maintenance and upkeep.
Correct.
That's the thing. Like,
now, if they make a choice to add a coin to it, that's their choice. Not because it's a requirement. It is a choice to do a lot of things that they do. If a man says, you know what, baby, this month I got a little extra, I'm gonna pay your car note. Well, I mean, being the type of woman that I am, I ain't gonna just let you pay the car note. I'm gonna find something I could do for you too. only because everything is not always receiving. Sometimes you gotta make a man feel some type of way, so you gotta give a little too. It may not be a lot he's requiring, but we gotta give a little too. So yeah, it just caught my attention when she was like, yeah, I'm getting my own nails done, my own toes done, and he want to go somewhere. You should want to look a little special, so get your toes done, get your nails done, put on that nice little dress, and make it do what it do. Because at the end of the day, you represent yourself until you become one with the individual, then you represent one another. So yeah, it was crazy because she's sitting up there looking at a hot mess, and then you want somebody to get your nails and your toes done.
And let's just be honest. I don't want your rough feet on me. So I know you don't want my rough feet on you.
Hey, if we can go together, get them dogs
Right,
taken care
so,
of.
yeah,
Right.
pay for mine, I pay for yours, or you
Exactly.
pay for this, and I'll pay for that.
And mine's maybe a little bit higher because I'm always adding extra. Somebody over here, she like to have a whole reflexology in between everything. So she about 150 strong on her feet. So yeah, he ain't gonna benefit if they switch out on the payments. He gonna be paying $5, and then and she gonna be paying $8 compared to his $500.
Look,
So-
I'm like, look at Fancy Red. Like, we already know Fancy Red. We already know what happened on that end over there.
real talk.
And
Well, I
you know,
mean,
I'm happy.
I had a conversation with a young guy, a fella, and we talked. He gave me the P's, and the first 2 P was to protect and provide. When he said it's simple for a man, to protect and provide, and it's not always monetarily, And
Right.
he said that's the problem that we get caught up on. The provide is always, about money provided.
Correct.
The providing is if he can stimulate your mind and be, and help you think of things that you would never think of as a woman, he should be doing, he'll do it, things of that nature. So yeah, it was real enlightening listening to him talk about that.
Okay.
Well, and for me, I think we get caught up in the difference between what an expectation and a goal is.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
Right.
As women, we have these, and men have them as well, real
That's true.
men and real women, high expectations and saying that's a goal.
Right.
Like the conversation you're saying you overheard about, oh, I'm here getting my nails and this done. Well, go get it done if that's what you get done, regardless if he's there or not. Then once you get a him, because she might not even had a him, might just be talking, but then if he offers, what's wrong with accepting his offer?
Right,
I
nothing.
mean, I'm not saying take that all the time. Don't try
Right.
to use anybody or anything like that. If you weren't getting that to begin with, and that never even was a desire,
Right.
and he put something on your mind to make you look a little better, just not only for him, but to the world,
Correct. Correct.
Right.
make yourself feel better, then go get it done every now and again. But I mean, there's a big difference between expectations and goals.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know too many people out there that don't want the mansion, don't want, the however
Right.
many figure bank account, whatever.
Right.
I don't know too many people that don't want that. That's not out here want to be able to pop bottles, not have to worry about anything. But that's an expectation. Don't make that an expectation that, oh, he has to be able already doing that. And you down here, as my grandmother used to call it, in the miry clay. You're like a dirt dauber. You looking, smelling, all of it.
And acting dirt doggish.
Acting dirt dauber. But then my man got it, and that's why you ain't got no man.
Correct. That's
But
correct.
you really don't. You really don't.
Right.
Like, get it together. Make sure whoever you're with, that's your goal. Even if that's your long-term partner, y'all are upholding one another, whether you put that on paper or
Right.
not on paper. If that's who you walking with, it's plenty of couples right there in South Dallas that they want to say our people don't get together and all like that. Guess what? If they ride or die, I done seen too many of them. They might both of them have Kool-Aid color hair, parts out in their mouth or whatever, but they doing it together.
That's correct.
They ride
Whether
it
they're
out
officially married, quote
Or
unquote
not.
official,
or not. Yeah.
or
We're
not.
together for 23 years and the assumption is
Yeah.
married.
Yeah, and guess
Correct.
what? Their goals are together.
Mhm.
That's a difference from an expectation. Now, her expectations of her husband or her mate and vice versa might be for, baby, come bring your butt home tonight. Love should have
Right.
brought you home last night.
Right.
Okay, so if that's the expectation, because we all should have them of one another, then
Correct.
that's what you expect. If you care or give a rooty poot about that person, then guess what you gonna do? That wolf might be calling you, but you gonna bring your to the house.
That's
Right.
correct. That's correct.
And you
You
know,
gonna
we get caught up about us. It's just all about us.
Right.
And instead of,
all that
I mean, you know, I'm on
selfish
me and not looking at
Right.
the big picture as us. You know, we together, we're a couple.
Because
Right,
what
like,
we don't look at it as a business deal. A
Yeah.
relationship, a real one, is truly
a-
actually a business
It
deal.
is.
It is.
And when you pay attention, other races, they marry, it's business.
Mhm.
They might care for each other, love each other, but it is business. And
It
they
is.
are about their business.
Business. And they're not
We
gonna
the
mess
only
up.
ones out here still talking about, "If I better have a ride, that you better do that, the boop, boop, boop." And then y'all still boop, boop, booping in the doggone alley.
You know what? It was funny. I was watching, I can't remember what movie it was, but I was watching a movie. And the movie, I think it was called My Wedding.
Mhm.
But the whole time she thought about everything about her, what she needed, what she wanted to do, what she, and I was just sitting up here like, you know what? When does he got the opportunity to say, no, we're not gonna buy 6,000 roses? You just hand a bill over 9 times out of 10. When I watched it, that woman kept handing that bill over, kept handing that bill over, kept handing that bill over. I think it was one of my good African movies by he's tripping. But she just kept, and when it got to over 2 million, as they say, nattles, he was like, wait a minute now. She was steady spending. Not one time, like when he was like, well, you know what, let's try something a little bit, less expensive. That's the case clue that he telling you we're going over budget. That's the case clue. But no, she kept spending and kept spending. And then by the end of it, when it was, I think it was the day of their wedding. And the rest of the money was due for the venue. The rest of the money was due for the food. It was so funny. No, he left. He left her with that bill. So he told her, since it's your wedding, you get married to yourself. It's your wedding. I don't even see an hour in there. It's your wedding. So when you get through getting married, maybe I'll talk to you later.
Right.
And he picked up and he kind of just left. And she's sitting up here crying, and all of her family felt like he had did such wrong to her. But she was the one that was in the wrong in the first place. First of all, you never asked about a budget. So you just spent because you hired I think it was like a true artist to sing at their wedding. And he just wanted her auntie, what I'm saying? Just somebody who could sing, So it just made me think about it. Like, okay, sometimes, I'm gonna say sometimes we get a little overboard. I've seen it where I could say it myself. I got something for Christmas and it was like, oh, I was expecting something different, but okay. And I smiled it off. And it's not being ungrateful, because I love to give it. I'm just that type of person, but I was expecting something else because, you kind of hint what you want. So you kind of, I'm hinting what I want because I know you may have thrown your hint. I caught the hint and I'm going to bring you what you're asking for, but I think my hint need to be met too. But of course, I'm also learning that, be a little bit more vocal, because people everything is not, just because it's a subliminal message, it's probably not clear to everybody.
And men are, tell me what the heck you want. Don't be.
Exactly.
Mhm.
You catch your
I
hint.
mean, and that's the thing. We as women, we gotta quit all that. Well, but I left a handkerchief on top of the mailbox. Well, what the fuck do the handkerchief? You forgot your handkerchief. God damn it. So
'Cause they like this.
yeah, they like, oh baby, here you left your handkerchief. I mean, that's him. So said, don't get mad. And I'm a woman,
I
but
done-
don't get mad. It's like learn
I
this
done done the
and
hint
stop.
thing before, like, oh, I wish I had a towel that would wrap around my breasts, because as y'all know, my breasts are large. So I would hint that I wanted a towel but that's not what I wanted as a gift.
Right.
And I got that as a gift. And my face was like, I know damn well you didn't bring me no fucking towel.
Well, you said it. You asked for it. You ended the
Yeah.
race. And you
And I
asked for
wish
it.
I had a towel that would wrap around.
And
We went out and spent $80 on a towel.
hey, 80
That's what you
bucks.
asked for.
That's what you asked for, you
I
know.
didn't ask for it as my Christmas gift though.
But you know
But you
what?
still asked for it.
Just like
That's
it
on its own.
just like it says, be careful what you ask for because you just might get
Like
it.
this.
Like it's like that, you know. But
Yeah.
it's crazy, you know, going back on topic, it is really, really crazy how our expectations is more than what we're willing to give. I mean,
So
that's
from that
crazy.
moment, what that taught me was, I just tell you what I want. I literally even pick it out. You can just pay for it. I even wrap it up and put it under the tree.
And put it up on the tree for your thyself.
Yeah, and we exchange Christmas gifts. Look what you got me. Because if you buy me now another towel, bro, we fight.
Well, I think, you know, the main thing is, when are we gonna be simple like they are? Because a lot of things we so extra, when are you gonna be
Right, and
simple?
they don't want all that.
And they don't want all that. Then that's what they're looking for, simple. Just be simple with them at times. We're gonna be extra on certain things,
Yeah.
but be
Right.
simple with them at times. Why you can't just be simple at this particular time and moment, and listen to when they tell you be simple. Because they tell you when they want you to.
Especially,
right.
especially
They-
like
they
when you especially like, let's say they don't, you know, they got hints too.
Mhm.
They throw hints too. God, leave me in my wallet tripping.
Yeah, like
And you look
wallet
at
goes-
that wallet, it's so I mean, you don't even want to, you in fact, you're so embarrassed, you want him to put the wallet back up so nobody else won't see it. And so that, to me, that's a subliminal message. Now, it may not be
Or you get they say, I don't even have a wallet.
right.
So you want a wallet.
Right.
Like,
You know, so
Right.
you go buy it. Now that's another thing, you know, I'm gonna say, we got two shoppers that love to shop. So we'll shop for real. So when we shop. So when we shop for something that we know we gonna like. So if we like Prada, we gonna pick it up. If we like Coach, you getting Coach. You may just want a $30 wallet, and we done brought
you
you
want a
back.
whole Levi.
Wait a minute, no. I got
But
asked for
that's, to me,
Walmart.
that's
got
not
asked
knowing
for
your
Walmart.
man then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not knowing your man if you don't know that he just want Walmart.
You
they
know
just be
what?
simple.
Oh.
They're so simple, but,
But they
it's
extra.
not. But it's just because, you know, like I said, it's two of us and we're shopaholics. We like to get what we like. So it's not a
But
matter of
it's
not
about
knowing
you.
you, man. It's just a matter of we bought what we like. So I know
You did
I'm
for
not gonna
you.
buy you. I'm not gonna buy if you don't drink beer. I'm not gonna bring you beer. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's so disrespectful. That's not knowing you. I'm not bringing you no beer. You're not a beer drinker. I'm not bringing you. Moscato. I'm not gonna bring
Right.
you Moscato if you
'Cause
don't
I
like
know you don't
Moscato.
drink
But
that.
if you like Moscato, I'm gonna bring it. I don't like it, but it's not about me. I'm gonna bring it. So when you say wallet, okay, well, I got this kind of wallet. I'm gonna get a wallet to match my wallet for you. You know,
Which makes it about you and not your
Right.
it doesn't because
You get
it doesn't because
Yes,
I'm
it
not
does.
gonna low ball.
You get
I'm
it
not
'cause
I
low
mean,
you
you're not
ball.
low balling, but he's still
I
simple.
know, because he's not saying what kind of wallet. He's not even saying that he want a wallet.
You
You just
don't know your man then. You see what wallet he has?
like this.
Yeah.
You know doggone well you don't want the cushions of the wallet outside the wallet. So no, I'm gonna go get you a wallet. You're not gonna come out. We at a doggone restaurant. We'll be in XO. You open up your wallet and it look like this. No. So yes, let me get you a wallet. You know what I'm saying? And of course, some people are very much so when it comes to a wallet, they really don't want a wallet, just want something to put a card up. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be mindful of that too.
I understand what Christy is saying. You went and picked what you like. You didn't pick what he liked.
He didn't have a like. If he did, it wouldn't look like tissue paper. What I did was I heard you needed a wallet. And then what I did was I didn't just go to Walmart and get your wallet. Of course, I'm not going to Walmart anyway, but I went where I would get myself a wallet. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's
see,
more
that's-
valuable.
But she's saying that it's still, he wanted the simple.
We don't know
pleasure.
that. We don't
So
know
that's
that.
what she's
We
saying.
don't know
like,
that. All I
she
know is
did.
when you opened up your wallet.
That's why you know it was simple. Cause you looked at that.
You. And it
I'm
was
hold on.
about
Hold on, y'all.
a man.
Let me interrupt all y'all.
A man gonna have a wallet for 100 years. if it
They
is.
are.
That's
The
true.
skin done came off
Therefore,
of
they
it.
like simple. If the ones that like a leather alligator one, they gonna have a damn alligator.
Yeah, they gonna share the paper.
I done said that shit to you before.
I picked up what I would have picked up for myself because
Okay.
I'm
And
not gonna go to
it
Walmart.
was about you.
Where's she at?
Fancy Red, what you say?
Where did she go? Oh, you sideways and everything.
Yeah, that's because I'm moving around. Okay, now let me interrupt all y'all. I went and got the Walmart wallet. It still wasn't what he asked for. But when I brought the Coach wallet back, oh, baby, thank you. Yeah, this is what I want.
See,
But
that's
see,
how mine
but see, you
was.
know what type of person you're dealing with.
But
See,
that's how mine
when you
was.
got a flashy person, that's what they like, the flash. If you got the ones that's not flashy,
That's very true.
they just want the simple things.
But you had this, okay? and then I went and got a wallet. Then when you got the wallet,
Yeah, because I got
because I
a
bought
flashy
two
one,
kinds.
I
I really
know it.
bought two kinds because I know there's a wallet when you open it up, there's like money, you know,
Yeah.
like the money part. And then
Right.
there's one that just have cards and
Yeah.
they have a little slit. And
Mhm.
I do
Right.
realize that you don't like the bulkiness of it. So every time I looked at, like I said, the water was like this, but it was smush, you know?
Yeah.
So I chose the one with the cards. And then I said, you know what, I'm gonna get the other one just in case you want to be a little fancy and you pull out that one. So I bought both. But at the end of the day, you know, he was like, oh my God, this is really nice. I love it. I could have bought the Walmart one, but if I'm not gonna go and that's my thing. If I'm not gonna go in Walmart and get it, now I do Walmart.com for a lot of things, but it ain't stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. So it wasn't about
Walmart
me,
sells Coach, just FYI.
huh?
Walmart sells Coach, just FYI.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't go in Walmart.
Not in the store.
Wait a
Online.
minute, what happened?
Walmart.com.
Oh, okay.
Walmart.com sells everything you
Oh,
can
yeah.
ever think that you want.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know. I just go specifically for what you know me. I go straight for like if I'm buying something from them.
Like we know we got flashy, we got the flashy guys. Like they
Yeah.
flashy people. So it's gonna be certain things that they like, you know, which is cool, you know. Mine is a watch person. He love watches.
And while
Or cigars. Cigars is like $200, you know. So cigars, you know,
oh,
if I'm gonna do something big, it's gonna be cigars because I know the cigars is gonna cost me. His phone had died. But yeah, let me see if he sent my message back. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, sometimes as Corner said, I was being a little selfish and I bought what I wanted to have. No, I bought him what I thought would be nice. Cause if I bought me a wallet, I'm gonna buy you a wallet too. I'm not gonna just buy myself a wallet, even though, you know, I can be like that, but I didn't. So yeah, I give what I want to reciprocate. So if I'm gonna pick up a leather Walmart purse, I'm gonna pick up a leather wallet for, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give what I would give myself.
What's
I
that?
get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you giving because those the type of gifts you want to receive, right?
Well, no, it doesn't matter. I give because I can get it myself. So I'm gonna give. If I'm gonna get it,
Oh no, okay, so what
so
you're
what I'm
saying
saying is, I'm saying that if I'm gonna get it for me this way, that's just like y'all know some of us have done this before. We don't went out to eat with our friends and we done spent $200 and we go to McDonald's and we take that home to the kids like that. We all done it because kids they mess over steak or they'll mess over the chicken. The chicken ain't cooked the way they want to eat it. But it's like that. I'm not gonna go buy myself you know what I'm saying, it's $200 plate and they bring you home McDonald's nuggets.
I get that, but like I said, I've been in that situation too because I like name brand person. Well, the guy I date, he doesn't care about that.
Right.
He is satisfied with white t-shirt, black t-shirt.
Simple.
His shorts could be colored, but them t-shirts,
Same color.
They just V-neck t-shirt,
Yeah.
and I hate it. But because that's what he likes, I accept that.
Right.
So if I go out and I buy him something, I don't buy what I like. I buy what he likes because that is his once I give it to him.
And he's got the
So,
word. And I don't be
he
wasting no
wanted-
money.
He wanted a wallet also. I picked out 2 Coach wallets. I sent them to him. Hey, what about these? What about no? I was like, oh, okay, well, let me bring it on back in. You pick out the wallet you like and I'll pay for it. And so that's where we went with that. Because if I go buy you, if I just go buy the Coach wallet and you don't like it, then guess what? My feelings hurt. So I'm gonna buy you what you want, what you ask for, what makes you happy. Because in the end, I want you to do for me what makes me happy. Not because these are my expectations. Because I'm cool with if you go to Walmart for me, if you go to Rainbow for me, if you go to anywhere for me, I tap anywhere. If you tell me they got sundresses at Walgreens and I like them, guess what? I'm gonna buy one in every color because that's just me. I can make 50 cents look like $20. So that's, I don't have the requirements of that. And because I like Coach or I like Louis Vuitton, you may not necessarily like that.
Right.
You may like Nautica, and they sell Nautica on Amazon. So guess what? If this what you picked out, if this what you want, then guess what? That's what I'm gonna buy you. Now, when you ask me what do I want, I'm specific because the child taught me be specific. Don't never say, "Oh, my back hurt." He went out and bought $100 massage pillow for Valentine's Day that was shaped like a heart that heated up and had heat beads in it. I know this boy did not just bring me this pillow. It ain't a flower, it ain't a bear, it ain't. So I have learned to be specific with what I want. Not that I can't buy it myself, but if you buy me a gift, let it be something that I like. I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna use it because I was specific and I said I wanted a massage pillow. My back hurt.
And you got to look at the person you deal with. A person that love gadgets.
Right.
Like me.
You
So
can't
you can't say,
want it.
yeah.
This person
Yeah.
that I deal with loves gadgets. He don't care about nothing else. But anything that is electronic and is a gadget in his house is top dollar. If he brings me something that's a gadget, it's gonna be high end. If I say, can you go pick me a shirt? It's gonna be something your grandmama would wear. So we don't do that. We don't, I don't let you pick my clothes.
So
Pay for them and I can stand there and pick. But you can't buy me, if y'all send you to the store, can you go pick me a shirt real quick? I promise you I'm gonna come back. It's gonna be white or black, number one. It's not gonna have no color to it.
So what do you like? This gonna be the thing. Like, how do you approach a person when they have these expectation or requirements of what they want from this one particular mate, and they're not meeting that expectation, but they come to you as a friend or you as a person to talk and confide in it? How would you approach that? Like, what would you tell that person? Coming from experience or non-experience, what you tell them?
Have you sat down and talked to this person and told them what you expect from them or what your requirements are? And if not, then you need to sit down just the same way you sitting down talking with me. You need to sit down and talk with them. And if you have, then number one, tell them what you do and you don't like. And when you have said that, then that needs to be that, because at the end of the day, you're adult. And I can't keep repeating to you, don't touch me like that. I don't like that. Don't do that. I don't like that. Don't treat me like that. I don't like that. I'm not going to keep telling you the same thing over and over again. And I shouldn't have to keep throwing hints, because what you did to get me is what you have to do to keep me.
And when
And
he
if
got
you're
you
not
for it, what
doing
you
that,
gonna do?
then I got to back up, because at the end of the day, you're not treating me how I expect to be treated.
And how you
So the
gonna treat that person?
expectations is kind of put there at front. The expectations
Yeah.
are told up front, correct?
If you dating somebody, why wouldn't you put your expectations up at the front? Because at the end of the day, then that means you don't waste the time.
A lot of people don't put their expectations up front.
I don't need your representative. I need you.
You almost made me spit my drink.
Well, that's true though.
That
you
is
know?
true. That's true.
Because if you be honest and true about what you coming in here for, then we already know and map out, and we can go from
Right.
if you're not in for me, like I tell the person, we probably dated. You know what? We are not. We shouldn't be as a couple. We might be better as friends, but not a couple. So you put all that on the line, you can understand it better. I get what you're saying. Fancy Red, what you saying?
Tell me up front that all you want to do is have somebody to sleep with, then I can let you know then and there. Okay, this not going nowhere. You just somebody I'm gonna call when I need. Then okay, I already know what it is. I expect no more, no less from you.
Right.
Then you gave me my choice.
Right.
But if you lied to me and let me on, made me think that we were going somewhere that we were not going, you had no intentions of going, then you lied to me and you took my choice away. And I
Right.
can't fool with you after that.
I don't trust you, no. We don't trust each
because
other.
you lied.
Yeah.
Omission is lying.
We don't have that trust no more.
And if I can't trust you,
We're not
we
dating.
ain't got nothing.
Yeah, we're not dating at all.
What was you about to say, Fancy Red?
I was saying putting your expectations up front, that's a part of you both of y'all getting to know each other.
Yeah.
If you don't put your
Right.
expectations up front, y'all not getting to know each other. Like
Somebody
Tawana
lying.
said, that's the representative. That ain't the real people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You
And in 6 months, here comes the real you. The real you don't do what you were doing.
right.
I've been there. I've dated him before. I've dated Mr. Representative. And Mr. Representative, because I made the statement 22 days or 90 days is when I sleep with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that time, I know if I really like you. Because as of right now, you're not what I would normally choose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying something different. So I'm honest. So you thought for the first 30 days, I'm going to take her out every day. I'm a woman. I want to eat.
Right.
That's 45
I'm hungry.
days.
I'm going to go.
You don't go out no more.
But you thought that in 22 days, we knew each other. No.
Mm-mm.
Because normal people don't date 22 days in a row.
In a
No.
row.
Mm-mm.
When I say he took me out for 22 days straight,
Because you already knew what he was after.
right. So on day 23, you thought, I'm going to get it today. Nah, bro, that's not how that works. But thank you.
Thank you for the food because we like to eat.
You're right.
Food is
But
I
what
probably
we're
would have
not
stopped
gonna
you
do
after about the first week.
Huh?
I probably would have stopped him about the first week. Look,
Oh no, I like
You
to
doing
eat. I'm like
something.
Tawana. We like food. We like food. And if you gonna buy good food,
but
I'm
I
gonna
already know
eat.
you on another level. You on some more bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, we already know what you
I know
after.
what you want. So all them sweet nothings you talking and this, I'm gonna bring you some roses. I'm gonna bring you flowers and this. I know what you after. Okay, thank you.
Look, I heard it all before.
Like you finna win with me. I'm gonna win. I'm
That's a
gonna
good
win
song
with you.
too.
I'm gonna get lunch
Baby,
every day. I'm gonna get lunch, dinner,
baby,
something
baby.
every day. Cause at this point, you just showed me I'm after your goodies.
Right.
Crazy.
And now that we
Yeah, I
at
might have an
age,
attitude with that because you should have just said that up front.
right? I don't really want no relationship. What I
Right.
really want is
I
get
just want to
somebody
play dates.
house up
I
from
want to
time
play.
to time.
Yeah, I want to play dates. I want to play
Let's be
dates.
grown.
Let's just play dates sometimes. You know, a
Let's
couple
like
of
mamas
things.
and daddies or boyfriend and girlfriend.
That's what I said. Let's play
And
moms and
you know, and then after that, you know, you go about your business. I'm going about mine.
And I'll call you on the next tune-up.
I respect you more if you tell me
I
that.
like this.
Because if you tell me now I'm looking for a woman, I'm trying to make somebody my wife, okay. Because on day one, I'm
And that's what I
Kawana.
expect.
And on day 41, I'm still Kawana.
Correct.
Day 365, I'm still
Still,
Kawana.
that's
My math
correct.
smart on day one, it's smart on day 7,000.
Lord Jesus.
It just is what it is. Now, whether you make it to day 7,000, that's on you.
I can't. You know.
Y'all know.
As I sit here be
adding
adding to 7,000.
I can't. Ditto. Miss Chrissy, you on mute. Did you say something?
No, she dying.
I
Over
know,
there.
because I'm laughing too hard.
Telling you, Kawana got a smart math. She got another.
Okay, so then this gonna be my question posed to you. So you meet that Mr. Right. He coming to you with all the good things, the ones, your expectation, his expectation of you. When that mouth gonna stop being smart?
And baby, she know how to shut up.
So now you providing what you.
And mine, baby, let me tell you what I'm looking for right now. The moment this will say, you can be a housewife. Maybe I'm gonna shut up mine, fuck on the man, keep the house clean. He gonna be so sick of me, you ain't gotta run my bad water. Through the door at 5:15. So at 5:10, I was making sure the water was hot.
That food was hot.
When he walk in, you just hand him a fork and a plate.
What you say? You iron his drawers.
Oh no, she feed him to the table.
I'm gonna be ironing the bed sheets.
When you have the bed sheets and curtains, everything, they're gonna be ironed down sparkling.
Baby, let me tell you something.
He ain't gonna never have dirty clothes.
Baby, he gonna be telling me, quit washing every day. You running the mill of it. I just don't want your clothes to be dirty.
Right. I want you to walk in and you never smell nothing out of place.
To be out of place. Lord Jesus.
Nothing is out of. I know that's right. Real talk. I know that's right. And then so and that's. I think if we all thought like that, if we all had that thought of, you know what I'm saying, willing to give, you know, what we're gonna give, what we. I want to, like, when it comes to me, I would like to reciprocate. You give it to me, I'm giving it to you. But at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta hold your reciprocate back. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just give just so they can get. You know, and so like I said. For real, like I said, you know, like I would love to see a lot more men getting their feet done. I'm so sorry because
baby,
they can touch the sheets.
if you think you're gonna get in the bed with me and
It's
take
scratching me.
them dick beetles, put them on me. I don't like feet.
Well, you know what? No. This is the thing. Since they don't, if you have men that don't like to go to those places, just
Correct.
do his hot water at the house and scrub his feet. You know, you gonna be a
I can say, cause mine think I'm supposed to do his.
You said that he tell you that you can be at home. That means you ain't. He ain't spending no shoes on. He
rubbing no goddamn feet now. I don't set lines now. I ain't setting no lines. I do anything you want me to do, but I ain't touching your motherfucking feet. So, with that being said, no sir.
put it in some vinegar and let him put it soak it in some vinegar.
I can soak them in some vinegar. You can soak them in some vinegar.
So you just gonna run the bath water and he can soak.
I'm gonna hand you this Dermasil and you rub it on your feet, all in between your toes. And then when we get in the bed tonight, if you so happen to touch me with your feet, I'm gonna have a whole panic attack. Okay? If you put your feet on
I'm
me,
gonna keep.
Yeah, she does not like no feet.
I don't like feet.
She just like my daughter. She can't stand feet.
I'm gonna have a whole panic attack and fuck ironing your drawers. This is right. This is something you know up front. Don't put your motherfucking feet on me.
So good.
Well, see, I guess I'm good because I don't like doing feet.
I don't like feet.
But you like doing nails and stuff, so you would do the feet.
So
I don't like doing feet, but this man think that I'm supposed to do his feet.
You're supposed to.
No,
I'm trying to figure out where the suppose come from. Like,
Look, that's what he said.
okay, you know, what the
Again,
topic was is being able to be able to provide. You know what I'm saying? So if you provide a foot rub,
shit.
we know one of our passing out no foot rubs. But if you providing a foot rub, is you basically expecting your man to give you that same foot rub? You know what I'm saying? I mean, some
people too rough.
yeah, you know, some things don't necessarily have to match
Yeah.
when it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people can't give a massage, so don't give me one.
Yeah, you better
You
choke
better
me.
make my whole muscle.
Be sitting there beside you, being a choke me, and I'm like, what is going on?
but maybe that's what I'm gonna treat you with is a massage. So I give you a massage, you know what I'm saying? And you just chop at my back. Let's just chop.
Yeah. Look, just poke your finger at me.
Don't do this because you might pinch this nerve up and I'll be stuck
Be
like
sitting
that.
like-
And then I can't turn my neck for weeks. So you can give me, and you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yeah. Sometimes
I think the main thing is whatever, like we talked about earlier though, communication is the key. So
Yeah.
whatever you communicating with your mate about, and then like he wants you to do certain things for him, and you want certain things done, and y'all put it together, and he make it happen, you make it happen. That's really all at the end of the day. What need to, you know, whatever, like you said, whatever makes y'all happy is what you're supposed to do. Like if you really want to build with this person, y'all should be able to make each other happy, no matter what. Y'all need to figure out the happiness. Where the happy, because it's going to be problems, it's going to be anything in a relationship, but where y'all going to draw that line to make each other happy in this situation and try to change some things in that situation of you know, to make it build and keep building.
In hopes that you're happy with yourself regardless.
Yeah, you have to be happy with yourself.
So some folks just ain't happy with themselves.
Yeah, if you're not happy
and
with
they're
yourself, it's not
expecting
gonna
for
happen.
someone else to make them happy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
if you're not
Like
happy.
if you can't make yourself happy, then how the ham sandwich am I supposed to make you happy? Because you ain't figured out how to make yourself happy, and you would, you know what I'm saying?
But if you can't
Up
make
in
yourself,
age.
you can't make yourself happy, then you really have to go in your little corner and regroup and think about yourself.
No,
I mean,
Well,
really, because
you
you got to
You
start.
need
You
to
got to
do some
start
soul
self-reflecting
I don't
on
even
you.
think it's a corner.
Yeah.
That's probably like a weekend to yourself and reflect like that. Because some
But
people
some people don't
really
get on the
don't.
you
weekend.
need
They
more
keep
than
it.
a weekend.
Yeah,
Huh?
I mean, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
However long it takes,
Yeah.
whatever corner, under a rock, whatever it
Yeah.
takes, because it's really about a mutual respect.
Yeah.
Period. The end. If y'all don't respect each other enough, then what y'all doing? I'm like Kawana. Y'all are out here playing.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're
Right.
not trying to, you know, and
Time
it's
is of your essence.
everything that your mate brings up, everything you bring up, is not going to be what they do. But
Right.
guess what? You love and respect each other enough, then you'll decide whether that's your deal breaker or not, and be like, okay, that's really not that important. You know, do I want him? Some men, like they want their wives or girlfriends, mates, whatever, to fix their plate. If that woman don't have a problem with that, fix the plate. But then if some men that's gonna go and the wife or whatever cook, he already in the kitchen fixing, or he might be beside her cooking. You can't compare yours to nobody else's.
That's correct. It's whatever make you happy. Whatever is
Figure out what's
conducive.
working for y'all. You know, I mean, I feel like a lot of us women sometimes we do that too. Be looking across the fence. And be like,
Yeah, and wanting what's on the other side of the fence, and don't even know the requirements of getting what that was.
yeah, and it's like,
And you know, that's like you said, everybody's looking at this green grass, and this grass is not always green. You got to have the brown dirt. You got to have brown.
You
It's
gonna
turn colors.
You gonna have some weeds.
And
You gonna have some weeds.
yeah, so you gonna
And the thing about with them weeds, you know, they got the weed beat gone, but does it always take all the weeds? No. So when you looking at that grass, and it is green with the green weeds as well, you look at the other yard that's green, and you don't realize that it's just not all green. It's what's some things called?
Well, sometimes it's artificial grass.
Or
or
some clothes. Because when you look at it ain't even that.
over there. And you shouldn't, because we can take this all the way back old school. My grandmother used to say, sweep around your own back porch.
Right.
What does that mean? What do you have to
Clean
do
your
to
house?
sweep? What does that mean? What do you have to do to actually sweep? You gotta look down to see what the heck.
See, yeah.
If
what
you
What
look
you
at
getting up?
I can't
What
see
needs
what's
to
going
be-
on around me. So
That's right.
basically, pay attention to your own crap. Quit talking about and acting like you this and that. Man, you ain't nothing but the dirt on the ground. Sweep and move on, man.
Not nothing, Chrissy. You say you ain't, and the facial expression that you gave with nothing was beautiful. It was golden. It was
Right.
golden because it made me believe that the emphasis was on nothing.
I mean, you know, it's like I'm tired of even within our own race and culture. We gonna stay behind until we figure some of this basic stuff out.
Right.
Right.
We should be
When
at
we gonna be back a family? How to
Thank you.
actually be a true family and how to
A
love
real
one
family.
another.
Yeah, be grown about your stuff.
Thousand
At
out.
Yeah.
this point in our age, if we don't know that if we meet somebody, it's gonna be a blended family, some kind of how.
It
It
is.
ain't about us. Whether you
Right.
got kids, don't have kids, whatever, guess what? You're gonna be blended. You get a certain age, both y'all parents is gonna be getting elderly and sick. So
Right.
you're gonna have to start dealing with some things that you normally wouldn't have to deal with. So be grown about your stuff and let's be honest and let's move on. Quit fighting each other and pulling each other down with, like you say, looking across at the artificial grass, because I
Right.
guarantee you a lot of time that mess is artificial.
Right.
It's something you done created in your own mind.
Right.
So
Correct.
be the best you and don't worry about nobody else and keep it moving.
Right.
Yep.
Because like I
And
said, at the
please-
end of the day, we looking
Yeah.
at everybody relationships, and our relationships don't supposed to be like theirs. Our relationship, it should never match.
It's
should
not
never-
because everybody is not the same.
And it's go, and people look at other people thinking that's how it's supposed to go, and it's not how it's supposed to go. Right.
Mm-mm.
Cause what she tolerate and he
Right.
tolerate,
Hey,
they not.
and let's keep it real. The older women, they tolerate a heck of a lot more than we are willing to endure. You
Yeah.
gotta keep it real. I mean, some personally, you know, outside children type of stuff that happen, and they're still being the woman of their house. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we could have taken some of that. Like we had a conversation when we was working on our family reunion, and they were talking about, you know, just doing the tree, and we wanted to redo the video from our great, you know, great. And I remember one of my cousins, I didn't know she was my cousin until I was after high school, but one of my cousins said, I don't think I could have done that, you know, had a kid by a Caucasian man and gave my kid away. And I said, I don't even, the understanding was that they gave the children away because they were a target. They were now going to be killed behind these children because they knew that them two had touched one another. And so now it comes for a life or death. So do you want that child to live or do you not want that child to live? Because I was like, if that's the case, then you wouldn't have had a grandmother that had a grandmother that had a grandmother that was kin to, you know, starting with Winnie. That wouldn't have never happened if they wouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's what made us be so far apart. You know, some of us wound up in Oklahoma, some of us in Arkansas, some in Alabama. It made our family spread thin because she literally set a kid everywhere they headed. And so she was just basically saying, I don't even know if I could have done that because of the slavery and this and that. I said, you don't, first of all, she fell in love with the person who was her master. Number one. Number two, she bared 7 kids from that man until they realized that that was that man's baby. She had to leave. That man had to get her out of Dodge immediately because he had a wife. I said, you think you could have endured that if that was you? Literally. That's the only way you're going to be safe. You know what I'm saying? The only way you're going to live inside of a house and not sleep outside, not sleep on the ground, or however they were sleeping. You know, she endured comfort, and her comfort, yeah, she had to give out some kids, but that was her comfort. We can't never say what we're going to do if it's not our time for it to happen. And I always say that. There's some things that I couldn't have done. I couldn't have been spit on. I would have been died. I've had an African man to tell me in my country, we would have been and hung you. I'm gonna be honest, me and Kawana would not make it with an African man in his country. Both of us will be dead because we're gonna fight. We're not gonna be called out of our name. We're not
You
gonna be
weren't gonna
treated.
make it that way because I was gonna be there.
But I'm just saying we're not gonna take that. Like, I mean, he just made it clear. Your mouth is too smart. And in my country, you would have what? Boy, please. Well, we don't call men boys. If you act like one, we call you what you act like, period. You know, it was just different to hear how they handle cultures, why they're so submissive. You think it's just because they just love that person. No, that's in their culture to be submissive. Just 100%, no matter what the disrespect looked like. No, I couldn't. And no, I'm not gonna let you talk for me. I want to order my own food, you know, stuff like that. Stuff what we're enduring. That's what they endured. Some things I can't, some things we may have to endure in due time, but that was something that I thought that was very crazy. You know what I'm saying? That I can't talk because you're talking.
If you better order my food, you better order what I like.
You better order some oranges and I'm just dead at the table.
Look,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I'm
tuck my
talking
food back. in-
about? Like, I mean, some places I'm realizing a lot of restaurants are putting orange peels on plates to make it look pretty. You know, what if you brought me back that and I just don't pay attention or glaze and stuff with, I mean, I found out a whole bunch of stuff with glaze and stuff. I thought you glaze with sugar.
So would you, then we're gonna get back on, like, so for each one of us, like, we're gonna get back on the topic of providing.
I can't provide.
So my thing is, I feel like, you know, I'm not gonna require nothing more than what I have for somebody else. Because at the end of the day, we all have to, we've been in a struggle, we all are still struggling. And I feel like we could put our stuff together. And we should be able to build this big, wonderful castle, mansion, whatever you want to build, and we put it together. You know, I shouldn't be sitting here counting what you got going on, and you count what I got going on. That's just too much counting. Because see, again, somebody's gonna get mad about something because something's gonna outweigh something somewhere in there. It's gonna be outweigh. If I have this guy that I truly want to be with, I'm gonna let him be that man. Now, if he can't, now, number one, I'm gonna tell you, he got to be able to lead. If he can't lead me, then we have to understand, okay, he's not in that leadership role. So, baby, that's your weak point right there. You don't know how to lead right here. But his stronger suit might be this financial stuff. He might be a good saver. You know, they can save like some of them. He might can save out his wazoo. You know, that's your strong suit. We're gonna leave you right here. We're gonna look at the weakness, because I got a lot of weakness. Okay, I don't like this part, but this is what you like to do. This is your strength here. Here's my weakness. I think we start leveling, balancing things out, and not looking at just what you really can do for me and what you're going to do for me. I think we have to get out of that mindset, because we get caught up. What are you gonna do for me? Hey, I can get anybody, to be honest. I can get that dirt dog on the street that like me to do whatever I want him to do if I really want him to do something.
That's correct. That is correct.
You know, I'm just gonna be for real. But if I'm trying to build and grow with that person, and this is what we're gonna put it together. We're gonna make it happen together. And I'm not gonna downgrade, because you know they don't want to feel like you belittling them. You don't want to belittle your man, because they don't want to be part of that. We're gonna uplift you, be like, put you right here. I'm gonna put you right there on that pedestal, because you should have me on that side. We're gonna be together looking at each other. Baby, did we grow? Darling, did we do this? Look, we high five because we done did this, you know. But we actually, like I said, the communication, we talked about it up front, and we're not giving this false thing up front. Like she said up front, if I just say, you know what, in my heart, I don't really care about you. So I'm not even to deal with you like that. You know, I mean, you have to be real, because you can't be, you know, people get crazy. You know, in my back of the mind, you'd be like, hey.
Oh, leading someone on.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know, people get crazy. I don't, you know, you stop me, my sign on my door say you can number one, you know, you might not answer. You can answer all day long, but you might not leave this house, because you never know, because you stalking me. You know, I don't know. You know, you got to watch yourself. You don't know what people are capable of doing, because if they so in love with you, you never know. But that's why I said we put it together, we build it. I don't have that. You got to have a 2 carat, 5 carat, you know, all this. We don't have time for that. Like, you know where the 2 carat, this 5 carat can go? I need this house built. Are we building this house? It done went down. That's where that 2 and 5 went. Boo, let's build this house. How are we gonna make this house work for us?
I know, it's funny. Like my sister said, I opted out of a wedding for the ring. And I was like, huh? She said, well, the wedding was gonna cost us 10 grand. Right. So why don't you just give me a $5,000 ring? And that's it. And that's what she did. she didn't want no, I don't want no dress, I don't want nothing. So when I asked her what was her engagement pictures, I swear to God, she had on a pair of blue, she had on a pair of blue jeans and a shirt. He had on a pair of blue jeans and a shirt and with a jacket.
Right.
And she said, these aren't our engagement pictures. This is the day we got married. And I giggled because I said, it looked like he just left from, you know, how you go to work on Friday, it's just dress down day. And she just looked like that. She ran to the grocery store. And that's what they did. And like she said, I opted out. She said, I opted out because here he wanted to do, he wanted to put $10,000 up, so that's what we're going to use to get married. And I was like, well, how about you just give me a ring? Because you know, she always said she got man hands, so she always say my ring's going to be bigger, so it's going to cost anyway, so why don't you give me the ring that I want? And we opted out of everything else, and this is what we're going to do. So
but just think about it, majority of the time those are the marriages that last,
and that's
you
what
had
they
big,
did. But that's what she did.
Don't never last.
That is what she did. She was like, I want to opt out. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. She said, I don't even want to put on no makeup because I do my own makeup. Like, it was just a lot. And I told her, I said, I guess you guys made the best decision for the both of you, because he wanted to spend $10,000 and it would have been more because he had to fly family in from Washington. That's all. When she was adding everything up, adding up the cost, she was just basically saying, we're going to have to, because it's their wedding, you have to, provide so much for guests, especially when it comes to parents. So you would have to provide accommodation for both parents and grandparents. And she was just like, okay, let's not do that. Let's do this. Let's send everybody a card, you know, that says we're getting married. And then we're gonna go get married at the courthouse. We're gonna take a picture with the judge and we're gonna send everybody out that picture and let them know we did it.
Because only my thing is, if we just go to the courthouse, you might want to have a reception. You can have it in the backyard. You might just have a little gathering, anything, you know. Why we got to put all this extra, you know, a lot of people want this extra. And that guy sometimes don't even want that extra. Right. That man be like, well, it's your day, you do. Because that's one thing I say, it's your day. Right. I heard it's just your day. But the whole thing is like, they simple. Hey, let's go do this way. Because this is what I'm looking at. You know, we were talking about building this house and how we want it. We're going to build this house how we want it. You know, we can go to the courthouse. Don't cost much. Just go there. They just do this and build here. Then we can have a party at our house that we built later on, celebrating us. That's it. How simple. You know, and that's right. And that's, you know,
in wedding gift in one,
right?
Roll it up.
But you know, and that's why I was like, I don't.
Easier. But I mean.
And you have men out there as well, like they want to provide for that woman, but we don't. That's another subject. But I done talked to some guys because they look at it in the corporate world. In the corporate world, most of our men that are Black are getting lowballed, and the Black women are making more money than our Black men. So they are more qualified sometimes than that white person that's there or that other person that you know. But they're getting a lowball at the end of it. And a lot of men looking at, I want to provide for this woman, but this is what I'm making, and they know what you're making. I don't tell you what I'm making. I'm not, you don't even need to know what I'm making. We make the same thing. How you know we make the same amount? Whatever you make, we make. Because you don't want, because a lot of men feel a little pressured that way. You know what? We did have that conversation. Yeah, we did. They get to the point where they cry to themselves, and that ain't a good look to me either, because that means now you're taking on a whole different beast by yourself without even having a conversation. So we can at least be on the same page, because they, on an accident, they tear themselves down because of the providing part. They're trying to provide. That, you know, it's real crazy. We talked about that on yesterday about what pride would do, and especially what it would do, you know, not just in relationships, but what it does in business, just pride, period. And then to find out, you know, that's one of them deadly sins. So yeah, I mean, you can get people, this is the thing, you get so caught up. You know, and you got to understand, when it takes a business, just like a relationship, like Miss Chrissy said, it takes everybody to build this. It's just not one person doing this one person, because at the end of the day, if everybody putting their foot into this business to make it grow, that business is going to blossom. You're gonna have a
Right.
big, beautiful flower. Everybody got to put their foot in it. Everybody got to dig and grind. It just can't be this person grinding and then they're like, oh, well, this person's doing the work, and then I just don't know when I'm gonna do this. No. Everybody have their. That's why you have the business when they structure the business. They had the CEO, they had the person, the VP. He has his directors. You have that in place for a reason for everybody to do what they got to do, and then they come to what to do. It's growing. It's like it's out there. But a business take time. It takes patience,
It does.
and it takes, same way with a relationship. It takes time.
It
It takes
a
the
lot of
patience,
patience.
and like Miss Fancy Red said, we are actually learning in each other in this time and being patient. Hey, I know I got a flip mouth at time, and it be some stuff I be wanting to say. I just kind of like, and I just pass.
Right. You bite your tongue. I mean,
Yeah.
I've said this in a previous podcast. They paint lines on the street for a reason.
Yeah.
There's a lane for everybody. And obviously where women, we do. Sometimes we women, we get, like if a man say, stay in your place.
Right.
Yeah, it can come across harsh, but you have overstepped your bounds.
Right.
Okay. You stated earlier about him being a leader or
Right.
whatever. There's two things I see in that. First of all, can you follow?
Right.
That is correct.
Todd Whitford, is he leading where you want to go? Because all of them, we all leading, but is it where we want to go, where we want to
Right.
follow? See, if the toot, she leading, going to get her next toot.
Mhm.
Is that where you want to go?
Right.
The crackhead, he finding his next stick or her. Is that where you want to go? So you can't even say people aren't leading. It's just,
Right.
are we willing to follow where they're going? And
Yeah.
all of that still comes back to communication.
Correct.
being wrong,
Correct.
stop all of this, because you know what? It's rules in everything we do.
It
Mhm.
If
is.
we leave the house, I got a stop sign out here at the front of my street and at the end of my street. Guess what I do?
You gotta stop. Yeah.
I stop. So we still following rules regardless. It
Mhm.
really is that simple. We as human beings keep making it more difficult than what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
It really is that simple. Pay attention, listen to what's being said. Don't get in your feelings so much. And that's even some men. I ain't even on all us just women. That's some men.
Yeah,
done
we
dated
the Red Cross
I done
that.
dated
Yeah.
some where I'll be like, yeah, dog, yours is bigger than mine. Hot damn. Way bigger than mine. Go get a hysterectomy because it's bigger.
No, not a hysterectomy.
Man,
Hey.
so, I mean, you got to tie all that in. But I think our biggest deal is we still keep talking about grown folks, because this is grown folks. It's some folks out there, age ain't nothing but a number. I think there was a song about it.
That's
See,
correct.
okay? That don't make them grown. They
That's correct.
still out here playing little kitty games.
That's
you
correct.
know? And so unfortunately, a lot of men, they keep running into the girl, and that makes them turn against a lot of women, especially for our Black women. It turns against us where they be like, well, a Black woman like this. No, my brother, let me explain to you, you was dealing with a girl. That's why that mess went foul. And so on your part in that, you picked a girl.
Right.
I mean, because it goes two ways. So on your part, you ended up picking a girl. You didn't recognize this was a girl and not a woman. You looked at her age, thought that made her grown. It ain't, I mean, because we do that as women. We have to suck it up plenty of times. I don't ever bash men, because you know what? Watching my brother, I watched some stuff he went through with some foul sisters out there.
It is.
Mhm.
It is.
Okay. They really is some that's a trip. So, so seeing
And we
that,
gotta be very about that when it comes to our sons.
yeah. So like when we bringing in baggage, that man can think he's not, but he's bringing in baggage too.
Oh, yeah, they bringing some baggage.
I don't care if his baggage ain't even dating. His
Right.
baggage might be, because I've seen and known some men that they're the ones took on the road, tending to their parents being sick and elderly and all of that. And they just lost mama. or they, are they trying
Right.
not to piss them off? Guess
Right.
what? That's some baggage.
Right.
That's some baggage, whatever
And
that
they-
baggage might be. And we all got to understand, again, when I say blended family, it's blended on a whole lot of levels,
Mhm.
and
And
it
that's
should
stressful
be-
too.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it should be that we can at least be cordial. I ain't telling you got to go have a kumbaya moment with the family, because sometimes some in-laws is some real in-laws.
Right. That's
But
true.
guess what? That's still his family or
Exactly.
her family. So
That's
guess
correct.
what? For these couple of hours
Let's be
on
cordial.
Super Bowl weekend, that's where we gonna go. You can't go tough it out for these couple of hours. 'Cause see,
Right.
that's who you living with. You going back
Right.
to the house with who you claim you live.
Right. hmm
how
And
you
then,
gonna
like you
dismiss-
said, like a lot of men that they know their family sometimes members are messed up, but they don't want to hear about it. Jack, wait, you can't tell me about my family, and I know how my family is. So
Yeah,
don't
I'm
tell me
gonna
about mine, and you keep
You
your
ready for a
opinion.
fight?
We gonna keep
You
our
ready for a
opinions to ourselves, unless
And
they
you
been
tell- and
disrespecting you.
might be telling me all the truth, but I'm gonna be mad as hell in the
Right.
final night. And then I'm be talking about you, and I might have just bought you them ugly yellow alligator shoes. but I'm not talking about your ugly yellow alligator shoes. Cause the fight gonna be on, because that's not respect. We gotta respect. We gotta respect. each other.
Like you said, we still gotta respect each other,
Yeah, we
regardless.
gotta respect. each
Now,
other.
like if your family's being disrespectful to me and
I'm
you
supposed
just
to check
allow it to
them.
be disrespectful,
Oh,
then I'm
that's
gonna
a
stand
different
up.
story.
I'm gonna
That's a
stand up
different-
and take
that's a
up for
different
myself. Now I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? I'm gonna tap you and say, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn new one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn
you
this
better
new
get
one.
them.
Well,
You
you
better
know what?
get
If he know
Yeah.
you, he knows to
Yeah.
catch shit before the new one is torn.
But you know,
But-
sometimes
but
they
it's
don't,
some-
they
it's
don't,
some
they
You
miss
know what
don't
I'm
do
saying?
that.
Because I know
Sometimes men miss it though.
Yeah,
I mean,
some don't
they
do
don't,
that,
they don't
though.
catch
I-
everything. They
Yeah,
miss it.
some don't do it.
They-
Yeah,
they-
some don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
some don't
at
do
the
it.
end of the day, if we think about it and going back to just providing, it's just a matter of respecting
Mhm.
what one another wants. I
Right.
understand you may want that $900 weave in your head, but if you're not buying that $900 weave in your head, the expectations to me is a little bit outlandish.
Yeah,
Put a collar
exactly.
in,
You know what I'm
then you wanna
saying?
speak.
So Herman, how are you? Thank you for coming back.
He on mute.
Hello. Yeah, he's on mute. Okay, he probably not by the phone.
Oh, okay.
But so I know we've been talking about it and we bounced around. I just want to say for anybody who out there listening, we truly appreciate you guys listening. We're so happy to be back. In fact, next week we're going to be talking about what are you going through now that the storm is almost gone. What have you been through? What have you seen? What have you done? What are you doing? What are your plans? Right now it just looks like, and I'm gonna be so honest, it looks like it's a woman's world because women are really moving in miraculous moves, left and right. More women are becoming CEOs, more women are becoming a lot more than what they were, more business owners. And so our next week topic is going to be specifically geared to what are you doing? Your manifestation, what are you going to do? What are you doing? It is your season now. What are you going to do? So that's going to be for next week. But I want to end this by basically saying that, to each his own. We know what we like and we know what we don't like. But I feel like if you like more than what you're willing to give, then don't expect any more than that. Don't expect for anyone to give you the world if you're just going to give them the street. Don't expect for no one to give you the coat off their back if you're not going to even give them the shirt off yours. Just don't expect more than what you're going to do for an individual. And then going back to the young ladies, nails and hair and feet, that is a part of what you feel that makes you different. What separates us from the difference? Sometimes I want my nails done, sometimes I don't. But at the end of the day, when I want to be pampered, that's my moment of being pampered. So if that man wants to pamper you in a different way, I think to me, if he ran the water for my feet, you're pampering me. Do you have to pay for that? No. If you decide when you walk in the door and you just out the blue walk in and just gaze into my eyes and hand me my favorite color rose, you have did something more for me than I've done for myself. Because guess what? Yellow rose is not easy to find. Point blank, period. Let's just keep it real. So when you wanting more than what your expectations for someone else is more than what you're willing to do for yourself, I feel like you're going to shortchange yourself because you don't deserve that because you haven't done it for yourself. I'm not going to ask you for $1 million when I haven't made that million to give to myself. And I'm just going to keep it real. If I don't have at least $10,000 in my savings account, why am I expecting for him to have $20,000 in his? You know, match me, at least match me. If I got 50,
And you can have
you got 50,
2,000.
you know what I'm saying?
If I got
You
10,
got-
you got 2. Look,
we
you struggle
still-
and got that too, boy. We got
Exactly,
you. We can do
good, you know
this.
what I'm saying? Just-
'Cause I can flip your 2.
Oh
But anyway. But anyway, I'll flip your 2 and we be 10 together.
Oh my.
But anyway,
Stupid.
But yeah, it is. It's all about honesty. You know what I'm saying? Being honest with ourselves now. I think that some of us are not honest with ourselves and what we can do. You know, I'm gonna say this, and it's kind of weird. Sometimes we make sacrifices. Okay, sometimes we do. So, like for me, my sacrifice was if I don't get my toes, my hair, and my fingers done, I can save at least $250. Okay, that's $250 that I'm saving. With that $250 that I am saving, I can actually put that to the side for what? For me and my mate to make something different. Sometimes we do those things and we don't realize that our mates don't care about the sacrifice. They just prefer for you to continue to be who you are or continue to look the way you looked, because that was a part of the attraction in the first place. You doing for yourself, you being more, you know, self-care for yourself. These are things right here that's kind of crazy to say, but some of us learn this the hard way. You know, like my friend here, she get her hair done every week, okay? She sweat, she get it done every week, you know. But, you know, me on the other hand, I'm a low maintenance girl, so I prefer to braid this Joan up because I have natural hair. And it is what it is. But I had to rethink. To me, I had to rethink and reevaluate me. And one thing that I have learned in the last few months is that because we all are business owners, we represent our company and we have to continue to be the billboard for our company. So with that being said, we got to give ourselves self-love. One second, I'm gonna let you finish off.
well, we're gonna, like we said, like she ended it with self-love. I mean, if anybody has something to add to this, like we could actually finna let's sip tea and end this, Joan, because we done hit this topic of the provider and everything. Like, what type are you gonna be? You gonna be this person with a goal, a dream that you can build with somebody, or you just gonna be that person that just wanna keep getting something? And in return, you know what? I was thinking about this. So you know the person that always wants something, and they don't realize that it's always a consequences to their actions. Because just say, if you always want something, I might come in, especially like a woman or a man, you know, they could get abused. They be abused a lot too. Because you know, just think about it. Because it could be physically, mentally, emotionally abuse coming along with all this, just because I want, and I want.
Right.
You know, I mean, people got to look at that.
That's true. That's true. Well, and as you all said earlier, I mean, provide means more than just monetary.
It is.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes for mental health, that if that person can give you peace,
Ooh,
if that person can give you peace, they
that's
done
golden.
provided a big chunk for you. You
They
know,
done
especially
provided more
nowadays.
than money
So,
can buy.
man, so come on now. I mean, but if you miss chaos, then I'm gonna have to lead you now. Now we were chaos as a football
As a
team,
football
flag
team.
football,
Yes,
Yeah.
but that was
flag
as a
football.
team.
And then
But-
guess what? When the game was over, our chaos ended. But we gave
Correct.
them chaos while we was on that field.
That is
Right.
correct.
So there's a time and place for everything. If you spiritual, the Bible has a scripture about a time and place.
Yeah.
Know your time.
Ecclesiastics.
Okay, I already told you if you line painted on the road for a reason, find a lane, stay in that sucker, and learn it. You know your place. You know, I
Correct.
told one of my former co-workers, she was mad. He had been the side piece for a minute. He died. She was mad because the wife got the house. You didn't know your place. You wasn't on there to get the house. Your
Never.
place was on the sidewalk looking at the house.
You weren't gonna get none of that. you were gonna be the spectator all the way. Cause that was
Yeah.
your place. Your place was a spectator. You was an outsider.
Yeah, so know
You
your
were gonna
place.
always be an outsider. So not knowing
Yeah.
your place was detrimental. It was
Yeah.
detrimental to not just your health, but probably your heart. Cause now you looking sick. Cause you're
Now you
not in the house.
Yeah, now
But
you're
yeah,
looking
we want to do that.
So
We
that's
wanna do
to me, that's what it's about. Providing takes more than just monetary. If we grow up and learn that, and that is reciprocate, you know, you gotta
Right.
give and get respect and
Correct.
all. So
It got
it's
to
like,
be
come on.
given. Respect
Yeah.
is not just given anymore. It is earned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We go to work, we
It
walk in
always
the
was.
door. It is,
Yeah.
but when you go to
Mhm.
work, you got some folks who just don't believe this.
Yeah.
They believe because of their title, they are entitled to respect, and that's how
Well,
some
I
people
can
feel about.
respect your title. I can respect your title and not the person.
Right,
That's
I've done
correct.
that. I've done that.
I'm not gonna
And
respect
y'all,
the person in
I
the
will
title.
not tell where I work for that reason,
Right.
because I'm doing that currently. Respect the
Right.
title, because you know what? I know what power comes with that title,
That's
and I
correct.
know what I need right now. I still need my job, so therefore I respect the title and the power that come along with that. Okay, but I do not have to respect the person in that aspect. But guess what that also means?
But we respect everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some
Well,
people
that's
don't know
what
how to
I'm
respect
saying.
the person who picks up the trash, because if that person pick up the trash, and it'll smell like crap in a minute. It'll smell just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to respect every title, not just you respect every, because I
Yeah.
remember when nobody realized that, and it's so sad to say that no one realized that the people who clean up didn't show up for days. You don't want to even realize it until you start like, what is that? And dang, this food was here Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now you're wondering what happened to the individual that was not there, or what happened. Now you realize it. So it's, to me, it's everything. But real talk and keeping it 100. Respect is always going to be an earn factor. It's on the table, just like an income. If you don't do the work, you don't get the earn. And it is what it is. I'm not going to give respect if it's not a due, because I remember giving people a lot first and then taking it away. And I got some good friends who always tell me, you always do. I'm learning. In this chapter of my life, I'm super learning. In this chapter, I've learned a lot in this chapter, and this chapter just started. So what I say that is that we are our own billboard. We are our own billboard.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll end tonight. We're just basically saying we'll end it a little bit different, because we normally go through everyone and we say what we think and what we don't think or whatever. We're going to end it a little bit differently, and we're going to end it just by saying, love yourself and love one another. You can't expect for anyone to love you if you cannot love yourself.
Right.
And self-love is the number one thing that everyone should have for themselves. And then if with that, you wouldn't have to worry about what someone is providing you, because at the end of the day, you'll know what's being provided is being reciprocated, and you guys won't even know, because it's such a smooth line.
Mm-hmm.
You should even be able to see what someone's doing for you, if it's more than you, if it's not genuine. Anything that's genuine, you just can't see it. It's just going down. You don't even realize it's being done. You doing, he doing, and you don't see nothing. But when you see you doing more, he doing more, somewhere in there, the line became rigid, because it's not seamless anymore. And if it's not seamless, it's time to check yourself. And with that being said, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for just being who you are. Thank you for allowing us to show you who we are. We're back in living color, and we'll see you guys next week. Not the same bat date, but maybe the same bat time. And with that being said, let's talk. Let's sip tea.
Bye.